Have I just struck gold? Is this watch the next escapement time dress watch that took the YouTube watch reviewing community by storm last year? Keep watching and you're going to find out.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome back to I Like Watches, and welcome to the full review of this super affordable mechanical watch. Now, this watch was brought to my attention by a viewer, so I can't claim this little find, but I have paid for this watch. I've bought one. I wanted to review it for you guys, and I've got to say I'm very pleased that this watch was referred to me as a potential little nugget, and I think it could well be. In this video, I'm going to run through all the facts, figures, stats, and specifications. I'll talk about the green thumbs up, the red thumbs down. I'll give it a little summary at the end to let you guys know whether or not I think this is a watch that you should be considering during the 11th of the 11th sale. And of course, if it is, there'll be some affiliate links in the video description, and that is why you will have seen the includes paid promotion icon either up there or down there. Right, let's crack on, shall we? Once you've clicked that like button and subscribed, and get on with the review of this cracking little watch. And here it is. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit confused by this watch. I really like it, but I'm not entirely sure why. I'm going to try and figure that out in this review. Yeah, there's some interesting things about this watch that I'm going to point out. When it first arrived, I wasn't sure if it was new or not. It sort of has a bit of a used, very vintage look to it, not just in terms of its styling, but in terms of the actual condition of the watch. I'll show you some macro shots in a bit. But anyway, I'm going to review it as if it is a new watch. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, if they're trying to make it look used or vintage, they've done a very good job. I'm not going to lie. Right, if this is a watch that interests you, you can head over to the Taming Watch Global Store on AliExpress. Now, I paid £39 excluding shipping, taxes and all those sorts of things. That is the equivalent of €46, $54. Now, prices do vary a lot on AliExpress, so I don't know what it's going to be priced when you watch this video and potentially head over to AliExpress, but that's what I paid for it. I think it's important to say fairly early on in this video, this is a hand wind movement only. It's the Shanghai 8120 movement. It's not an automatic. That's one of the reasons why the case, you know, without that crystal, it is quite a sort of flat and slim watch. The watch make, I believe, is Shanghai Watch, although on AliExpress they called it a UMQ, I think. So I can't be completely confident with the branding, but that doesn't matter too much. Something I can tell you is the dimensions. It is roughly 35.5mm in diameter, 10.2mm thick. Case length is roughly 44mm. Lug width is 19mm, and there is some taper to this supplied strap, 16mm. On the supplied strap, it weighs 40 grams. Now, according to the specifications, it is made of stainless steel, and they've said that the crystal is glass, but I suspect it's acrylic. We shall test it. Well, I can tell you it's not sapphire. Right, let's take a closer look at this case then. The sides, the top, the lugs, the bezel, fully polished. The case back is brushed though, that's nice. Nice shape to it as well, nice proportions, just very classic looking, isn't it? It's just a great looking watch. It's so nice to see something like this on the channel. I was absolutely thrilled when this watch was brought to my attention. I think it is stunning. I really do. It's so cool. Yeah, so different. But love the case shape, love the proportions, love that domed crystal as well. It just gives it an awesome look. The crown, by the looks of it, is signed. And the case back is a screw down case back. It doesn't say it anywhere on the watch, but according to the specifications, it's only 30 meters of water resistance, so splash proof only. I wouldn't be swimming with this one. So I love the case shape, I love the size, the proportions, a few angles and interesting little facets on there on the lugs, but they've also nailed it, I think, in terms of the dial. It's just so cool. There are a few options with this watch, a few sort of different looking watches, different bracelets, but this for me was absolutely the star of the show. Such a cool dial. It's got a sort of champagne colour, ever so slight sort of sparkle effect. There's no sunburst effect. They've thrown in some specs on the dial just to give it that extra sort of vintage and old weathered look. They've also left some glue that they've used to stick the 12 down on the dial. I wasn't lying when I said they've made this watch look properly authentic. I mean, look at the case back and all these sort of rough scratches and brushing on this case back. That was all there when the watch came. Honestly, this thing had me scratching my head when it arrived. I unwrapped it and just thought, is this a second-hand watch? I'm pretty sure this is second-hand. I don't think it is, but if it is, well, it doesn't matter too much. It's still in pretty good condition. But yeah, the whole thing just looked a little bit sort of weathered and worn. If that's intentional, if it's a new watch and they've done it on purpose, they've done such a good job, because honestly, I wouldn't really know. And the applied indices as well got that sort of cool vintage gilded look, and again, they're a bit of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. If you look at them closely through the macro lens, they're awful, but actually I quite like it. What has happened to me? Oh my word. I'm also a sucker for watches with numerals at the 3, 6 and 9. You've got the 12 there as well, being held down by a little bit of extra glue. I don't mind the Chinese details on the dial and the case back. It's definitely just adds character for me. There will be some people that aren't a fan of that sort of strong Chinese styling, but I like it. Love the hands as well. It's just a really, really interesting watch. I am, quite besotted by it, I'm not going to lie. Now, the strap isn't anything special, but I got to say, it's supple enough, suits the watch. It's signed buckle, which is nice, stainless steel. It's absolutely fine for the money. In fact, it's quite incredible, really. You've got a branded strap as well. Logo on the strap, logo on the dial. Name on the case back, and also logo on the buckle. So they've not skimped and saved when it comes to branding. And of course, it turned up in a reasonable little box as well, which I was quite impressed with. So on the supplied strap, it fits wrists up to 22 centimeters, 220 millimeters, and down to, where's the last hole? There it is. 170 roughly millimeters. It is suitable for average and smaller than average wrists. Now, I have summarized the green thumbs up and the red thumbs down. I'm going to run through those now, but the first 3 on the list are going to appear on both sides of the argument, because I think some people will think they are a pro and some people will think these first 3 are a con, and they are. The slightly used appearance, now I actually quite like that. It's sort of a bit different. Now, some people would look at that and think, well, it's just shoddy workmanship, but I think it's a bit more than that. I really don't know if it's intentional or not, but I do quite like it. Make of it what you will, you'll have to decide for yourself. The strong Chinese styling, for me, that is a green thumbs up. It's just something a little bit different, but there will be people that don't like this watch for that reason. And the last one is hand wind only. It is nice, again, to have something a bit different in your watch collection. But the rest of the pros are, well, I just think it looks awesome, doesn't it? It's a cracking little watch. I really do like the look of this. As soon as I saw it on AliExpress, I just ordered it immediately. I knew I was going to like it, and I really, really do. I think it's a great size as well. There's not enough smaller watches on AliExpress. There's not enough smaller watches featuring on my channel, so it is nice to have something quite a bit smaller than the average watch these days. And it is unusual, there's no denying it. That sort of very used, very vintage look, and the Chinese styling, the fact that it's hand wind, it is just quite quirky and interesting anyway. And the last one, well, it's affordable. Well, it was more affordable when I bought it. The price has gone up a little bit at the point of producing this video, but yeah, when I bought it, it was even cheaper, and I am really pleased with the price that I paid. With shipping and everything, it was about £43-44. So I think it represents great value for money. Let's just run through those red thumbs down again then. It's the slightly used appearance. you know, the specs on the dial, the glue on the dial, you know, the very sort of aged applied indices. It does have a very sort of strong vintage look to it. Some people won't like that. The strong Chinese styling and the fact that it's hand wind only. Those are the only downsides I could find to this watch. And like I said already, for me, they're not actually downsides. I think they're awesome little sort of quirks to this watch, if you like. But there will be people that don't like this watch for those reasons, which is why I've included them on the red thumbs down side. Right, guys, I really am curious to know what you guys think of this watch. I was quite confused by it when it arrived, but I've been playing around with it, wearing it, enjoying it over the last few days, and I gotta say, the more I interact with it, the more time I spend with it, the more I like it. It's just so full of character. And it's really affordable as well. For me, it's yeah, one of the best little finds I've been introduced to. I can't claim this as a find. Someone introduced me to this watch, cracking little watch. So thank you to them for bringing this to my attention. Yeah, let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think of this watch. I don't suspect it will create the same sort of stir that the Escapement Time dress watch did. That thing was clean, crisp, had a Seiko quartz movement in it that beats 4 times every second. So again, that watch had lots of character, but it was beautifully finished. It was, you know, stunning, absolutely incredible. This is interesting, but for very different reasons. So I don't think this is going to create the same sort of stir, but I do think there will be people out there really quite interested and intrigued by this watch. And well, I wouldn't blame them, quite honestly, because it's quite a cool little watch. Right, guys, as always, massive thank you from me to you for tuning in. I do really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to comment and come back soon to check out more videos. Cheers, guys. Take care, look after yourselves. You'll see me again very, very soon.